GVBB.com. The Grand Victorian.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the city of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Every day, this program on radio, television, on YouTube. The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on YouTube. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kennebra. Ford, Lincoln, pre-owned service, collision repairs, parts. For nearly 50 years, the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner. On the car corner, I-10 and Williams in Kenner. Right on the corner, right on the price. Don't forget about Lamarck Crescent City Ford across the parish in Elmwood, Jefferson Highway. Your commercial Ford truck, van, SUV dealer. Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood, Harahan, Jefferson Highway. And Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kennebra. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program, 5 o'clock power hour. The way you dial us up, 766-9480. Wide open Wednesday. You're the show producer. Whatever you want to discuss. 766-9480. 766-9480. 25 days until Super Bowl 59 right here in New Orleans. Bring it on. The Jazz Fest announced their lineup, the acts that'll be coming to Jazz Fest late April, early May of this year. WWOZ brass passes are on sale, $1,200 for all days. A ceasefire deal announced between Israel and Hamas. Thank God. Now the hostages will be released. Homeless folks in New Orleans under the interstate in downtown getting bused to a France Road facility right past Suno and UNO. By the Seabrook Bridge on the industrial waterway, the old industrial canal. Trying to make that sound better. It's like Airline Highway, Airline Drive, Bridge City, Fairfield, industrial canal, industrial waterway. Just a softer, better sound. Hopefully, better stuff comes to those three places I just mentioned. Como Furniture on Veterans closing after more than 70 years. Had a little trivia question last hour. I think Joe and Kenner answered it, if I'm not mistaken. Besides their Vets location, Como had another Metro New Orleans location. They had it for about 20 years. It closed about 20 years ago, but it existed for about 20 years. It was Kenilworth out in New Orleans East on Morrison, right next to the Burger King. Kenilworth Mall was pretty popular. Then the Plaza opened a few years later, and that took off like a rocket. And neither exists today. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Zion Williamson out for tonight's Pels game versus Dallas. Return to play reconditioning. Quote from the team. Return to play reconditioning. My God, play Zion Williamson. Hope he plays well. Zion Williamson, trade him. Well, like averages north of 20 points over the next, get like a couple of starters and a first round pick or two for him. You're not getting Anthony Davis, that kind of trade, but you don't have to get nothing. It's not like one player for one player. Zion Williamson for the right NBA franchise could be a difference maker, could put them over the top, especially if they've got like 2 or 3 all-stars already. No, it's just this experiment has not worked. It sucks because when he hits his potential, he's as good as any player in the league. But he's injured more than he plays, much less hitting his potential when he is playing. So return to play reconditioning, 25-year-old kid. And the Pels are still, David Griffin, the president GM, he's probably got to go. He's been here like 5 years, no success. Zion Williamson, basically a bust. Play him. Hope he plays to his potential. Hopefully there's a team that overlooks all the negatives and will give the Pels something of nice value, like a starter or two and a first-round pick or two. 766-9480. 766-9480. Is there a king cake I just got to try? Had some callers. Randazzo's, Haydell's, Gambino's, Dong Fong, Haido Bakery. A lot of good king cakes out there. I got maybe the one that you don't have to try. If you've never had it, you didn't grow up on it, you do not need to try the Mackenzie's king cake from Tasty's. Absolutely terrible. But I grew up on it, so I bought one the other day. I do that about every 2 or 3 Mardi Gras. And I eat like 2 or 3 pieces, and then I give it to a friend of mine who's married with kids, or in this case, a buddy of mine who's like, I want to try a piece. And then he's like, my next door neighbors love the Mackenzie's king cake. We were just talking about that. So we were talking one night. I was about to go get it at night, and then we just called it a day. But then the next morning, I drove out to the Tasties on Clearview across from the Krispy Kreme. What's that? Clearview in West Metairie. And grabbed a Mackenzie's king cake and a small hot chocolate, and it was $29. That Mackenzie's king cake must be like $25. Crazy. Anyway, it's terrible. Unless you grew up with it, eating it, then you might like it. And that's my story. So I had a couple of pieces, gave it to my buddy, the neighbor. He ate a piece, and then he gave it to his neighbor, which loved it, and they were very grateful to have it. Yeah, that goes in the king cake you do not need to try. I'm telling you, it's bad. It's so basic, it's bad. But because I grew up on it as a kid, I like it, and I'll still get one every 2 or 3 years just to reminisce and go back to my childhood. But yeah, I don't recommend it. 766-9480. I had lunch today with Lucas from Total Maintenance. Fair and honest Lucas and the boys, that Lucas. In New Orleans, in Baton Rouge, taking care of you when it comes to air conditioning and heat. And we're in the heat season. Next week, it's going to be 20s and 30s. Next week in New Orleans, South Shore, North Shore, even colder. Got to have that heat working. It's nice to have Total Maintenance in your corner. Honest, air conditioning and heating experts that come immediately. Just, it's like working out at the gym. You can't fake it. When someone's in shape, they worked at it. They can't fake being in shape, working out, all that. You can't fake it in the AC or heating business. You're not honest. You're screwing people over. It's going to catch up to you. You're not air conditioning and heating experts. You're fledgling. You don't have an experienced crew. They're going to misdiagnose stuff and be replacing 1, 2, 3 parts before they get it right. And then a lot of these outfits don't have a sense of urgency. Lucas does. He realizes your heat's not working. He has a big sense of urgency. They come immediately. Honest air conditioning and heating experts that come immediately. Total Maintenance. In New Orleans, in Baton Rouge. If you need help, weekday, weekend, overnight, holiday, anytime, Total Maintenance is there. If you need heat help in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, think Total Maintenance. tm-ac.com. Total maintenance, tm-ac.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center. It's open now. We fix cars and models, and it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
For over years, serving healthy, fresh, authentic Middle Eastern cuisine. Lebanon's Cafe. In the Carrollton section of Uptown on the streetcar line. Wednesday through Monday, 11 a.m. to 9:30. Lebanon's Cafe.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. tm-ac.com. Your cool spot.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
The Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades on Jefferson Highway across from Oxnard. Smoothie King.
Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, INSagency.com. Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, INSagency.com.
The Grand Victorian, the ultimate bed and breakfast on the streetcar line. Built in 1893, this magnificent house will make your special weekend getaway. Go to gvbb.com. That's gvbb.com. The Grand Victorian, where the locals go to get away.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Thoughtful conversation, common sense. Corey Johnson.
With all due respect, Mr. Dent, I had no idea you'd gotten experimental surgery to have your removed.
Live streaming at CoreyTalks.com.
What was that? Oh, I said with all due respect.
The last time I went to the Latrim.com website, there were about 50 job openings on that website. Some in Elmwood, some on the North Shore at their I-12 facility. Dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of jobs available for you. We're 2 weeks into 2025 already. I don't know where the time's been going lately. Halloween, I was talking to the corporal a few minutes ago. It seemed like it was about a week and a half ago. 3 weeks ago, Halloween, much less Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year. It's January 15th already. I mean, crazy. So it's going by fast. New Year's resolution, hate my job, sick of my job, want a new job, want a new career. There are folks at Latrim that have been there for decades, a culture of innovation, and they're looking for you. For a full listing of positions available, go to Latrim.com. Latrim spelled L-A-I-T-R-A-M, Latrim.com. Corey Johnson with you. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Yeah, you right. Tomorrow, got a good one lined up for you. I like getting them together. That's the best scenario, but they can't do it tomorrow at the same time. So in the 4 o'clock hour tomorrow, Quinn Hillier going to join us. And in the 5 o'clock hour tomorrow, Ellis Hennigan's going to join us. What's that, Corey? You have it exactly backwards. Quinn Hillier in the 5 o'clock hour. Ellis Hennigan to start the show in the 4 o'clock hour. Left-leaning Ellis in the 4 o'clock hour. Right-leaning Quinn in the 5 o'clock hour. That's tomorrow's show. By the way, you want to figure out who these cats are, get a little preview? QuinnHillier.com for you conservatives. Hennigan.com for you liberals. Oh, boy. What, Blue Boy? Warmed up almost today, almost 60. You're right. Next week's going to be brutal. Teens and 20s. Wow. You're right, buddy. What else? Remind folks to come back tomorrow straight up 4 o'clock. Blue Boy, how do I do it without you?
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.